Gotta wipe all the dust off my phone camera because I have not made a video in almost an entire month. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Carbon, and I am making another military YouTube video for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for that 800 subscribers. Feels nice to finally hit another milestone. We are on our road to 1K, so please subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do all three. Turn on post notifications so you always get a notification, because my upload schedule right now is clearly not on point. So today I want to talk about basic training versus AIT. I was trying really hard to come up with an idea the past 3 to 4 weeks here because I ran out a little bit. Sometimes I run out of ideas to make. But I'm just super motivated to make videos right now. I'm out of school. I'm on break in between my 2 semesters right now. And so I figured now would be no better time but to make a video. Basic training versus AIT. I had a very different experience of AIT than most other MOSs because my MOS is a combat MOS. So my AIT was not how everybody's is, but I'm going to be telling it from my experience and how I think other people experience their AITs from buddies that I have, friends that I have that went off and did other things for different MOSs in the Army. Yeah, I'm going to be basically talking about the differences of basic and AIT and how they relate and how they're different, because I have a lot of people commenting their ship dates and stuff like that on my videos. So I just figured this was a good informational video that I can make for you guys today. So right off the bat, phones was one thing that was very different. We got, in basic training, we got one phone call at Fort Leonard Wood each phase. So we got one at the end of red phase, one at the end of white phase, and then at the end of blue phase, you pretty much see your family because you have family day and then graduation before coronavirus was ever a thing. So it was more, I guess, towards maybe like the middle of blue phase, just like confirming which date basically your family day was and what time to show up and this and that. So yeah, not really much talking to the fam over the phone, but I mean, you can still do mail as much as you like to. And for AIT, I would say phones was, we got a phone call once a week pretty much, so definitely more. And we were there longer at basic than we were at AIT, so having our phone every single weekend was a lot different than like once a month. I'm just going purely off of what I've seen on social media from friends that I have. Other AITs, I know it looks like people get their phone quite often, if not just about every day for other MOSs. 12 Bravo is a combat MOS, so basically that means that most people do it, their basic and AIT back to back at one place. Usually, like most other MOSs will do their basic training at one of the 4 basic training locations, and then they'll go off to some other state and do their AIT, and it's like a lot different than what I did. A really big difference is time and length of training. Basic training is, if I remember right, 10 to 11 weeks with reception, something like that. 10 to 11 weeks, and that is all around the Army, regardless of your MOS. Add on 2 if you plan on going while Corona's a thing, if they're still quarantining people, which I would assume that they are until that clears and goes away. So probably about, what is that, like 12 to 13 weeks of basic training. So that is for everybody in the Army right now. And then AIT is literally dependent on what your MOS is and how long that training takes. Like mine, 12 Bravo, was 6 weeks, and then 2 added on, which total of 8 for quarantine or controlled monitoring. So I think 12 Bravo is one of the shortest. I'm pretty sure there might be a few that are shorter than that. I know one of my buddies left back in September, something like that. September, it was right after I got back, so August or September. He's already done with basic training, and he's still going to AIT until March, so he's there for a few months. Yeah, based on how long you're at AIT is based on your MOS, completely different for all MOSs. So definitely look into that before joining the military or the Army, if you're interested, because you know, that might make a difference on what job you want to choose. Like, do you really want to spend 9 months at learning how to do your job, or do you want to spend a little less time? I don't know. It's completely up to you. I mean, you get paid. That's the other thing too. You get paid for all your training that you're gone for. So you get paid for basic training, you get paid for AIT. So completely up to you. Most other MOSs, I think drill sergeants kind of turn into platoon sergeants, and I think they are. The thing about AIT is drill sergeants are just more around. In basic, they kind of teach. This is the big difference. In basic training, drill sergeants teach pretty much everything, all the skills, and then in AIT, usually it turns over to civilians for the most part, and the civilians do the teaching, where the drill sergeants kind of turn into platoon sergeants, I believe is what we were told. And they just kind of assist, and if anything, if anybody needs any help, they just kind of help you out. But for the most part, it's the civilians teaching you what to do. I mean, that's how it was even for 12 Bravos. Civilians literally taught all of AIT. Barracks for basic and AIT, both of mine were open bays, and so it was literally the exact same living experience, if that's what you want to call it, as basic training for me. But I do believe most other MOSs that aren't combat MOSs, once they do go to some other state to go do their AIT, or some other base to do their AIT, I think usually you get paired in like 2 to 4 person like dorm type things, and I think it gets a lot more relaxed. But I don't know, I couldn't tell you. That was not how my AIT went, so it was definitely different for me than most other people. I think you can use your phone most of the time in those 2 to 4 person dorms. I think you are a little more relaxed, not on the standards, but on like what you can have. Like I think some of the longer ones, they allow like you to go buy like a gaming system or something, just because sometimes you have downtime, because the civilians, that's their job, is to teach the AIT portion, and so they can't obviously be teaching you 24 hours a day nonstop. The last really main difference is I believe this should be the same for all MOSs regardless, is basic training should be red, white, and blue phase, 3 phases in basic training, and then AIT, regardless of how long it is, should just be black and gold phase. So 3 phases, 2 phases, but I mean your AIT can go longer than basic training. So yeah, that's another difference between the two, and that's about all I got for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Let me know if you guys want to see more military videos, and if you do, what kind of videos do you want to see? Just feel free to comment stuff down below, because I'm always down to more ideas. And if you made it this far, you are awesome. Thank you so much. It's been your boy Carbon, and I'm going to see you guys next time. Peace out.